So we have a rumor coming. This came from like NBA Trade Report on Twitter, but it's Bojan continues to be in demand, and I'm wondering if this is the season Troy decides to trade him. I think it's the Lakers, and I could be wrong, but I think it's the Sixers that are interested, or the New York Knicks are interested in Bojan Bogdanovic.
Yeah, let me. Yeah, so it was the Heat and the Knicks, and I retweeted it because here's the thing: if you want to make up a trade rumor that probably is plausible, this is probably the one trade rumor where you could tweet it and say, hey, Bojan is expected to be pursued by contenders. I think every team in the NBA would probably call about Bojan Bogdanovic. I do. And I will not be surprised when we start seeing rumors tick up over the next month or so. I believe December 15th is when players that signed during free agency with new teams or with their old team can be traded. And I think he's probably your most valuable tradable asset. Now, I don't know what a Bojan Bogdanovic can get you in the open trade market. I hope Troy Weaver does lower his trade asking price, because we both know last year it was 2 first-round picks. And I don't think you're getting 2 first-round picks for a guy that is coming off a calf and an Achilles injury that is 34 years old. I just don't see it. I think if you can get a young player, maybe a second-round pick, I think you have to take it. You really do. Because if you're banking on a 34 Bojan Bogdanovic to save your season, I really don't know what to tell you.
Do you think Troy waited too long? I mean, I know 2 first-round picks was a really steep asking price for Bojan, but it just seems like now that he's hurt, we haven't seen him play in a while. We haven't really heard much news. It just seems like his value is tanking. And I know the skill set is there, and once he gets going, he'll most likely be fine. But man, if you're a contending team, you can just pretty much throw garbage at the Pistons, and they might just have to take it just to unload Bojan, because I think he's in his last year of his contract, right? Like this is his final year, I think.
I can look it up. I'm pretty sure his contract next year is partially guaranteed if you do waive him by a certain date. Let me look up his contract right now while we're talking about this, because I don't want to give out bad information while we are live on YouTube and doing this podcast. So he's partially guaranteed in 2024, 2025, and then he'll be an unrestricted free agent when he's 36.
So, I mean, what do you think the move is? Do you think they trade him this season, or do they see how he plays after his injury when he returns and maybe wait till the offseason? What do you think the move is for the Pistons?
Me personally, I would see what I can get for him. I don't know what the Pistons move is. There were teams last year. I know the Lakers were interested. A lot of contenders were interested in Bojan. It's just our asking price was just really high. We saw this summer that the Mavericks were internally interested. They wanted to give us Tim Hardaway Jr. I just don't know what the Pistons would want for him. I'm not going to try to guess or assume, because Troy Weaver is probably the hardest GM to read. But I would assume it's a high lottery pick that hasn't worked out. That kind of seems like his guy. Maybe it's Patrick Williams. I don't know. But he just kind of seems like a Troy Weaver trade. But like the salaries don't match too, because Bojan's one of the highest paid players on the Pistons. I'm hoping we can get something for him, but I'm not really going to get my hopes up.
I'm looking at the Knicks roster right now, and dude, give me Isaiah Hartenstein, man, from New York. The 7-footer can shoot, rebound. He's used to a backup role. I don't know.
Do we really need another center, though?
We need a guy that's like a legit NBA player at the 5. No offense to the backups on the team. I'm starting to love Marvin Bagley a ton. Like, always had a lot of respect for him, but man, he's been so active this season, man. It's been fun to see, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm looking at the roster and it's just, dude, do we get Dante DiVincenzo? That would be cool.
I think the most you would get is Evan Fournier from the Knicks.
Yeah, probably. You're right. Probably.
I saw a Knicks fan. He said, give Detroit their first back, Evan Fournier, and give him that. Like, if you look at Evan Fournier's contract, I know it's just like completely off topic, but he's got a club option. So you could just decline it and create $20 million in cap if you wanted to do that. But like I said, I don't know. I doubt the Knicks are going to give us their first round pick. Why would they do that?
I have no idea. I mean, even looking at the Heat roster, I just don't know. I don't want Nikola, Jovic, or however you say his name. Like, I'm good on that guy because he doesn't even play for the Heat, and they were pretty riddled with injuries for a little bit ago. I don't know.
You probably get Duncan Robinson if the Heat want to move on from him or something like that, but I doubt they would.
I'd be okay with Duncan Robinson right now. He's averaging 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, shooting 47% from the field. He's space the floor. Why not?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I think Bojan's value isn't what Pistons fans think it is because, some Pistons fans think they're going to get a first for him, but we traded Saban Lee and Kelly Olynyk for him. Saban Lee was a second-round pick who is playing on the Phoenix Suns in a limited role. And Kelly Olynyk is a bench piece for the rebuilding Utah Jazz. So take that into account of like what maybe the market could be for him.
It was the best trade Troy Weaver has made. And I don't know. Hopefully he can, swing for the fences again and we can get something for Bojan. But I'm with you. I would just try to get whatever you can for him. And hopefully it's the first round pick in Evan Fournier where you can just decline his option. And you got more cap to play with this offseason.